Bueno, peña, bienvenidos a un nuevo capítulo de Vampyr. ¿Qué hay, peña? Como recordaréis, en el capítulo anterior, pues visitamos por fin al club Ascalon, que había habido una masacre ahí buena, e iniciamos una conversación con Lord Redgrave, el cual nos propuso unirnos a este club selecto, ¿no?, de vampiros. Así que le aceptamos un poco con la nariz tapada para ver qué se cuece, ¿no? Y para seguir avanzando en la historia con el tema de la epidemia y tal. Y nada, aquí nos encontramos en esta mansión tan bonita. Y antes de hablar con los Redgrave, vamos a ver qué se cuecen los vampiros. Los escondé por aquí, a ver.
Good evening, Dr. Reed. How does it feel to be this evening's centerpiece, figuratively?
It's quite unsettling. As a doctor, I am more used to being the observer than the subject observed.
Do not be alarmed. The Ascalon Club has a tried and tested policy for choosing its initiates.
May I ask who you are, sir?
Why would you be interested?
Well, as you seem to be the only man in the room with a beating heart, you draw quite a bit of attention yourself.
Ajá, es un humano.
Vampire senses never cease to fascinate me. They dwarf those of mere mortals. I am Aloysius Dawson, by the way.
Are you a member of the club?
Yes, I am. And I have been for many years. And will be until the day I die.
What can you tell me about it?
It's not really my place to give you such information. I am merely a mortal member, and a dying one at that.
Are you sick?
Personally, I consider my advancing years are a sickness in itself. My body is slowly abandoning me, Dr. Reed.
Are you not afraid? You are surrounded by vampires.
Sir, it's for that very reason that I joined the club in the first place.
Is not the nature of this club a secret shared by only a privileged few?
My dear Dr. Reed, I have spent years and a fortune precisely to gather that kind of information.
So you asked for membership?
I have been a member of many clubs in many countries. But I must admit, this one is my favorite.
Claro que es tu favorito, un club de vampiros.
What can you tell me about Lord Redgrave?
I would not dare speak of our chairman without his consent.
Mr. Dawson, of Dawson and Dawson, the wealthiest man in England.
Yeah.
It is a pleasure to meet such a prominent figure of London.
A withering London figurehead, to be precise.
Are you sick, Mr. Dawson? I am a doctor, you know.
My case is beyond the scope of traditional medicine. I have spent fortunes on the world's most competent doctors to arrive at that diagnostic conclusion.
I'm sorry to hear that, sir. Should I suppose that you're here in search of some form of immortality?
Absolutely not. I'm here to implement my plan to save the city I was born in. To cast out the ghastly evil that has us all on our knees.
What do you know about the Guard of Priwen?
I should not say this, but I admire their commitment. This is what the nation needs right now.
But they are our enemies.
They are not mine, Dr. Reed.
Would you help them?
No. There is a time for such methods. But brute force will not be enough to fight this plague. We have to think differently.
What is the situation like in this part of town?
I am sure Lord Redgrave will enlighten you more effectively than I.
Money cannot solve every problem. This mysterious epidemic is going to require more than money can buy.
You're right. Money is nothing unless one has the will to wield it. I have a plan, sir. A radical one that will save all that is essential in London.
What is your plan, then?
Quarantine and barricades are futile. What we need is a wall. A formidable, unscalable wall to isolate the deserving from the infected masses.
But that would segregate the rich from the poor, would it not? It would be unjust.
Our only course of action must be to save England. And to save England, we have to make sacrifices.
Are you not mistaking sacrifice for summary execution?
Why do you care? Are you not a vampire? Removed from all mortal concerns? Decisiveness is what the city needs, and it needs it now.
Bueno, lo que el viejo rico aquí nos viene diciendo es bastante heavy. O sea, un muro para separar a los ricos de los pobres. Viejo es peligroso. Estas de aquí no tienen nada que decir, estos tampoco. Y yo veo que no hay nadie más. Algo que raspiñar antes de hablar con los Redgrave. No, por aquí ya lo hemos rapiñado todo, así que vamos a hablar con él. Veremos que no tenga la misma idea que el viejo, porque creo que Dr. Raimi se va a prestar a eso.
That went well, did it not? It is always useful to bolster the troops' morale, especially before a difficult battle.
You have the makings of a general, my lord.
I was, though very long ago, well, not quite a general, but a proud defender of the crown.
So why did you really want to meet me?
Straight to the point again, young Ekon. All right, let's talk, you and I, Lance Sparrow.
I'm listening, my lord.
According to my spies, you have worked with Dr. Edgar Swansea on the epidemic, and your findings were quite alarming.
¿Acaso me vigilaba primero?
You were spying on me.
Not personally. I rarely leave this building. But once he found you, Fergal kept me informed. Until you put an end to his mission.
Who was Fergal? I don't see him sipping tea with the others in the club.
Fergal Banshire was my squire of sorts. Even before becoming that magnificent beast, he was a brute. He served me well for decades.
No, I mean, what was he? He was clearly no ordinary vampire.
No. He was a Volcod. All muscles and instinct. Quite the rare breed. Ferociously territorial. Mortals often mistake them for werewolves.
You do know I killed him.
Yes.
Will you bear ill will towards me for his death?
Of course not. Your victory was quite impressive and courageous. You earned my respect.
Do you know Edgar Swansea?
Not personally, but I've been told he has some sort of immortal fetish and is a good friend of yours.
Does it bother you that I consider him my good friend?
As long as you reveal nothing of the club's inner workings, why should I forbid you engaging in conversation with the good Dr. Swansea?
Yes, I'm convinced the recent invasion of frenzied skulls in London is directly linked to the epidemic. This is not the Spanish flu, but something else.
I would be glad to hear more of your discoveries, Dr. Reed, but for now, my main concern is the security of London's inhabitants, both mortal and immortal.
What do you mean?
Alarmed by the epidemic, the Guard of Prewen has started a war against us British vampires. To appease the situation, we must eradicate the skulls.
I have met peaceful and wise skulls. To exterminate them means we are no better than vampire hunters.
Skulls are hideous, shameful creatures that give all Ekon a bad name.
So, what do you want me to do?
I want you to investigate the city thoroughly. I have reason to fear there are cases of contagion in this part of town. Our absolute priority is to find and cleanse them.
And how would you like me to proceed?
By all means necessary, Dr. Reed. You are now a member of the Ascalon Club and you have carte blanche. Interrogate the locals, follow all the leads you find, and get results.
We are losing this fight.
Ha subido el nivel de cautivar. Y unos cuantos punticos que nos han dado. A ver, ¿querrá este hablar algo más?
How's your investigation going, Dr. Reed? Time is our enemy.
I have a few questions for your lordship.
All right, but be quick.
You made me swear on the blood of William Marshall during my initiation ceremony. Why was that?
William Marshall was the most glorious knight who ever lived. He served 5 kings and was a living example of probity for all. And he was my maker.
William Marshall was a vampire? Is this some sort of joke? Wait. Could he be my maker?
That would be joyful news, for it would mean he still walks among us. But alas, the great knight has left this world for good.
Why is his blood so sacred to the Ascalon Club?
He was simply the greatest defender of the realm we have ever known. I fought by his side at the Battle of Preston, and he made me his progeny following the fight.
May I ask you about the mortal who attended my initiation? Mr. Aloysius Dawson.
A member of the club does not normally ask questions about other members. We trust each other mutually.
So he really is a member then?
Indeed. Only the most eminent members are allowed to attend such ceremonies. Even if I admit some of us fled during the first hours of the Great Hunt.
But Mr. Dawson is mortal. Are you not afraid he might reveal who you are? Especially to your enemies.
Aloysius Dawson is a man of his word, as are all of us. This is the Ascalon Club, Dr. Reed. We do not grant access to the unworthy.
What can you tell me about the Great Hunt?
It's a major concern, and I'm convinced we'll only get a satisfactory conclusion by putting an end to the epidemic.
I have already met Geoffrey McCullum. I am certain he will persist until he has killed every last vampire.
The Guard's current successful recruitment campaign is driven by the ravenous behavior of the Skulls.
I see. So without the epidemic creating Skulls, the Guard could not convince anybody of our presence.
Exactly. Once we have put the epidemic behind us, we need only wait until the Guard grows old and weak. Time will once again become our ally.
What about the risk of a full-scale attack here? Geoffrey McCullum is a daring leader.
That is exactly why so many of our number have left the country until things improve. But not me. I founded this club. I'll die defending it.
Goodbye, Lord Redgrave.
Godspeed, Dr. Reed. We are counting on you.
Bueno, peña, pues ya le hemos sacado toda la información disponible a Redgrave. Así que vamos a investigar por la zona. Vamos a mirar el mapa también, a ver qué es lo que tenemos por aquí, si hay alguna cosa pendiente. En el hospital tenemos un diálogo con Swansea, pero nos queda bastante lejos. La marquita de aquí la vamos a eliminar. Y por ahí hay un comercio. Ah, no, es un escondite. Vale. Y porque más adelante queremos ir de compra, a ver qué es lo que nos encontramos y si podemos ya mejorar por fin las armas que tenemos. Pero vamos a investigar a los ciudadanos de por aquí a ver qué se cuenta. Lo que creo que no se ha comentado nada sobre la escabechina que había aquí abajo, cosa que me parece curiosa. Vale. Ah, nos han dado la llave también del sótano, creo. Vamos a investigarlo primero a ver si nos encontramos algo. Ah, no, esto era la salida. Vale, vale. Esto es la puerta trasera. Vamos a tener que volver a entrar a ver si encontramos esa puerta del sótano. Aquí podríamos salir, pero vamos a mirar un momentito dentro de la casa a ver si nos encontramos. Pero recordad que había una llave del sótano. Mira, para entrar es mucho más rápido de carga. A ver, un momento, vamos a comprobarlo. Llave del sótano, acceso al sótano exclusivo para miembros. O sea que esa no es. Tampoco. Ajá, por aquí es. Ahí que nos encontramos en el sótano. Hay que perversiones tienen los ricos del club Ascal. Acerca del uso recreativo de la sangre, a ver, nuevo colección. Vamos a leerlo. Como miembro de Ascalon siempre cuidamos la etiqueta. Somos en todos los sentidos miembros de la alta sociedad, a veces reconocidos como personajes públicos. No nos deleitamos con orgías y baños de sangre, como aseguran nuestros adversarios. Y si alguno de los nuestros comete un acto así de inmoral y caricaturizado, recibirá el oprobio correspondiente. Pero ¿qué hay de la sangre? ¿Qué pasa con su uso recreativo? ¿Cómo obviar el éxtasis que tal ambrosía Bermellón nos ofrece? ¿Con qué brindaríamos si no como cualquier fraternidad que se aprecie? Para dar respuesta a esta delicada cuestión, la ley de conducta del club dice así: siempre que el recipiente mortal original no pise nuestros muros, cada miembro podrá beber lo que desee, bien para deleite propio, bien para compartir con sus amistades. Bebe cuanto desee y dispone a tu antojo del recipiente original, pero jamás dentro del club, a menos que así lo autorice expresamente yo, claro está. La ley de la ley de Ascalon de los Redgrave, fundador. O sea que de muros para afuera, haced lo que queráis. Pero aquí no me traigáis vuestra porquería, ¿no? Sí. No veo que hablen de ratillas ni nada de eso. Ya está. Esto es el sótano. La mierda. Nocheline. Ay, ay, ay. Nada, vámonos de aquí. Así que nos vamos a la salida. Y vamos a empezar. Espera, ve. No, esto que brilla. Me ha troleado. Nos vamos a ir por la puerta principal. Con este se puede hablar. Algunas habilidades de vampiro amplifican su efecto si se usan con otras habilidades. Prueba diferentes combinaciones y ejecuta combos letales. Interesante, habría que investigar eso también.
I think Lord Redgrave just suggested I was sired by an ancient vampire.
Women die too in this war!
Good evening, miss.
Oh my god, no. Please, Mr. Vampire, don't kill me. Please, no. I'm too young to die. I still have so much to offer this world.
Wait, no. Why do you think I would... What?
Don't worry, Dr. Reed. I know you wouldn't harm me. Mother told me you were in this part of town and might drop by.
Your mother?
My name is Charlotte, sir. Charlotte Ashbury. My mother taught me long ago how to recognize the signs that betray a vampire.
I understand she also taught you how to tease and gently mock innocent young Ekons. It's a pleasure to meet you, Miss Charlotte. What do you think about this part of town?
I was raised here, and I suppose it feels like home. You grew up in this part of town too, did you not?
Yes, I was born a few streets away.
A small world, is it not? Did you ever imagine that my mother was your neighbor all that time? That you could have met her in a dark alley at night?
You won't trick me twice, young lady. We both know Lady Ashbury never hunts or attacks prey at random.
Come on, Doctor. Don't tell me you never thought about that possibility. Her fangs on your neck. Oh, are you blushing, Dr. Reed?
Is there something that's bothering you?
Too much selfishness and individualism for my taste. Even when there was no epidemic.
Even if that's partly true, may I remind you that many charitable institutions are financed by the selfish and filthy rich.
I suppose you're right. But society must reform and renew itself, or we are all done for.
A ver, por casualidad, ¿qué nivel de Q? 5. Y la revisión
Do you need
médica.
my medical attention, Charlotte?
I am fine.
¿Ves? Está sanísimo.
What do you think about
I was raised here, and I suppose.
Esto ya lo hemos hablado.
Tell me about your adoption.
What do you want to know?
Who are your real parents?
Elizabeth Ashbury is my real mother. She raised me and has taken care of me all my life. I have no idea who my progenitors are or were.
Do you live with her?
I still spend a lot of time in my mother's mansion, but I have my own house now. I have a life to live, you see. And one day, I'll have my death to face.
How did you meet Lady Ashbury?
First, I was an orphan in the institution for girls she manages in the West End. When I was 10, she adopted me, and I have lived with her ever since.
Did you know she was a vampire when she picked you?
The correct word is Ekon, Doctor. And no, I had no idea why my mother only showed up at night. She told me everything when I turned 16, though I suspected the truth for a long time before that.
What are you doing out here?
You mean, what do I do outside at night since I am a woman? Let me ask you a question, sir. Would you ask the same question of a man?
Actually, yes. I ask the same question to everyone who dares to go outside at night, considering the risks.
Well, if you must know, I campaign for the right to vote for all women. Why should I wait to the age of 30 years when men can vote at 21?
Are you a suffragette, then? Oh, you really are Elizabeth's girl. Without a doubt.
All adult women have the right to vote in the US, in New Zealand, and in Australia. But women here can't vote unless they are property owners.
No need to convince me, Miss Charlotte. I have shared your opinion for a long time. Even before I met Emmeline Pankhurst.
Really? Oh. Now I see why my mother appreciates you so much. Too bad there aren't more men like you in the vicinity.
How are the locals reacting to your claims?
People here can't wait for a wall to be built to isolate the West End from the rest of town. That's how progressive they are. If this happens, Emily and I will blow it up.
Explosives are very dangerous, young lady. And who is this Emily?
She is my best friend, and a suffragette too. She was supposed to campaign with me tonight, but hasn't turned up.
Have you any reason to be worried about her?
Recently, Emily started to believe in... well, she got interested in vampires. I'm afraid she might be in trouble.
Let me guess. You spoke to her about us, didn't you? Despite your mother's warning. I think I should try to find your friend.
Oh, that would be top-notch. I can tell you where she might have gone. You have my thanks, Dr. Reed. And please, don't tell my mother.
What exactly has your mother told you about me?
Your name and profession, obviously, and the mystery about your maker. I'm sorry to hear about what happened to your sister, sir. Mother says it was not your fault.
Does it not scare you to know what I am? What your mother is?
Why should it? My mother is the most compassionate woman. Must I be wary of her, Dr. Reed? Or you?
Uf. Vamos a decirle que no.
Of course not. You have nothing to fear from me, or your mother.
Good to know. And don't worry, my mother told me everything I need to know about vampire tricks, their nature as well as features.
Your mother is not like any other vampire I've met.
I believe she thinks the same about you, Dr. Reed.
Mira, varias pistas se han desbloqueado.
Do you know why Lady Ashbury chose you to become her daughter?
No, I don't. Each time I ask her that question, she smiles and says it's precisely because I dare to ask such questions.
Do you ever regret that she chose you?
Of course not. Though I often wonder if she adopted others before me. If so, where are they buried? How was it for them to pass through life with a never-aging mother?
Why do you still hope to become a vampire in spite of your mother's refusal?
It's the immortal aspect of vampires that interests me. The world won't improve unless women take charge. I'm convinced of that.
You're obviously a clever woman with a good education and a brilliant future. But have you thought about the price you'd have to pay? The loneliness, the necessary masquerade.
Is it not true of every high position? To change this world and make it a better place, one needs time on one's side.
Your mother has refused to turn you into a vampire. Tell me more about it.
Each time we argue, Mother expresses the same fear. She wants me to remain alive and full of joy, rather than become melancholy and immortal. She claims you can't have one without the other. It's pure selfishness.
It's your mother's choice. As daughters and sons, we have to accept the decisions our parents make for us despite our own wishes.
I love my mother.
Poco
And
de
have
paternalismo.
accepted everything from her. Even that she named me Charlotte when it was not my original name.
Does it bother you?
No. Whoever I was when I was born, I am now Charlotte Ashbury. It hurts as much as it makes me proud to know that's the name my mother will read on my tombstone.
Your mother has walked this earth for much longer than you or I. She is wise, and we should not ignore her advice when we disagree with it.
But why shouldn't I be allowed to forge my own experience? There can't be only one righteous way to deal with eternity.
Tell me, Charlotte, how do you plan to achieve eternal life, since you've obviously given it a lot of thought?
I won't give up. You have no idea how determined I am, sir. I may contract a deadly disease. I may throw myself under a carriage, just to be saved by her sweet kiss.
That's a disturbing answer, young lady. And the worst part of it is, I know you speak the truth.
There are less dangerous ways, Doctor. Instead of throwing myself under a horse like Emily Davison, I could just throw myself into your arms.
Be careful what you wish for, young lady. I could gaze at you right now and then take you to a shady corner and have my way with you. And leave your carcass to the rats.
You wouldn't dare. My mother would know. She'd never forgive you.
How could she suspect me? Do you know how many vampires are lurking in the city tonight as we speak? Vampires with a worse sense of humor than mine.
Oh, my God. For one second I thought you actually... Excellent, Dr. Reed. Very convincing.
I'm investigating the source of the epidemic in this district. Have you noticed anything unusual recently?
A few days ago, I spotted a strange house while campaigning for women's suffrage. Awful smell. No answer when I knocked.
Where is it?
It's the Mullaneys, a nice family who live in a big house near the park in the eastern part of this neighborhood.
Pues nada.
Goodbye, Charlotte.
Madre mía, qué de
Give my
información
best
tenía
regards to your
Charlotte.
mother when you see her.
She's been quite busy these last few nights. I suspect you may see her before me.
Uf. Qué de puntazos de experiencia nos han dado, ¿eh? Hablar con la peña sale rentable. A ver aquí.
Good evening, sir. Please forgive me for disturbing you. I'm a doctor.
I never judge a man by his title, but by his attitude. And you are not disturbing me at all. I am Calhoun Russell, and I welcome you.
Well, I must admit it's good to receive a warm welcome for once. I'm Jonathan Reed.
Welcome, Dr. Reed. Welcome to my humble
Se
shop.
ha cortado ahí peña de decirle nada. Vale, vamos a hacer un trato, a ver si vende lo que queremos. 2 puñaduras eficaces, esto nos interesa. Vale, solo podemos comprar 2, pero bueno. Algo es algo, peña, que hay que mejorar el arma. Esto por aquí por el momento no vamos a comprar nada. Y con este señor vamos a ir al grano.
Good evening.
I'm investigating the source of the epidemic in this district. Have you noticed anything unusual?
Not really. Wait, now that you mention it, I don't see the McPhersons in my favorite restaurants. They love delicate meals too, you understand?
Thank you. It may be nothing, but I'll investigate anyway. Where do they live?
They have a house in the southern part of the district, somewhere north of the railway bridge. There is a courtyard, if I remember rightly.
Ah, la gente de este barrio tiene nivel de cautivar 5. Y a ver,
Do you need
revisión
medical?
There is no
médica.
need for that, my good friend.
Buenísimo.
What can you tell me about this place?
I recently found the best steak and kidney pie.
Vale, este parece...
Finding a good restaurant. Is that really all that interests you?
Oh, I have many passions, but nothing brings me ecstasy like subtle and exquisite flavors from my teeth to my belly.
Ajá, nueva pista. Es que, Peña, prácticamente toda la gente le puede sacar
I must
información,
confess, I have quite specific tastes when it comes to nutrition.
Really? Well, I'm always happy to try new exotic meals. If you ever find an intriguing table, please share the address.
Hay otra nueva investigación, otra misión
How
nueva.
is the situation in this part of town?
Life is good and peaceful. We're lucky to live in such an era of progress and wonders.
Are you not concerned about the epidemic?
Oh, I'm sure the authorities would take the appropriate measure if the danger were that high.
Vamos a decirle que no se
You
ingenue.
cannot expect the newspapers to expose the truth while the war is still raging. I can assure you that the situation here is desperate.
Well, that's news then. But I can't believe that things are that bad. Are you sure you're not exaggerating a bit? For the thrill of it?
Is it not a little too late to be trading?
On the contrary, it is the perfect hour. Believe me, my friend, it is always at night that you meet the most fascinating characters.
But what about the epidemic? The bombs and raids? And all the random violence?
Please, sir, this is London, England. We will prevail. And if a bomb must fall on my shop, then I'll be there to hear it falling.
So you prefer to work at night?
Oh, I also enjoy a sunny day like everybody else. But the night always has a certain je ne sais quoi of its own.
Ah, mira.
Do you have any family nearby?
Not since my parents died. I'm London's lone gourmet.
Really? But you seem to be such a pleasant and sociable fellow.
I'm afraid the real hedonist has to be sometimes. I discovered ecstasy as a solitary pleasure, but it does not mean it can't ever be shared.
London's lone gourmet. What a strange title.
I used that name in my early years when I was a food critic, and I kept it.
Goodbye, Mr. Russell. I'm sure you'll take care of yourself.
Le dan bastante experiencia con las pistas requeridas, así que, pues bueno, va ganando experiencia sin necesidad de pegar palos, Peña. Bueno, así que en primer lugar tenemos una misión que encontrar a Emily. Hay como 2 puntos de buscar las infecciones. Esta caja fuerte, ¿vale? Nada. Y en otro lugar, pues una familia, el cual nos ha dirigido el comerciante este de aquí. Así que vamos a seguir caminando a ver dónde estaría la primera. Mira, aquí tenemos una cerca, vamos a investigar esta primero, que la tenemos aquí al lado. jolines. Nos acabamos de gastar pasta, peña. A ver, no, será aquí, a ver. Aquí saca el arma, Espérame un segundo. Pues parece que está justo aquí, la casa. A ver, peña, por aquí esta no es. Esta tampoco. ¿Hay algún sitio por donde saltar o algo? Sea por la parte trasera. Vamos a comprobar, a ver. A ver que revise bien. Vale, quizá haya que entrar por esta zona. Ahí hay un vampiro. Claro, es que por aquí me voy alejando, o sea que por aquí no tiene que ser. Paso de peleas, peña. Vamos a volver por donde estábamos, a ver si dando la vuelta. Pues bueno, un momentito, peña, un poquito de acción. A ver si este vampiro que nos dice. Vamos a ver. No sé si era enterado cómo funcionan aquí las cosas, pero tú ya te vas quitando 300. Mira, me está robando sangre a distancia. Ya. Pero ¿por qué los ecos nos atacan? No lo entiendo. Es que el 5 hace un daño, peña, que no veas, Vale, parece que de esta puerta para adentro no hay problema. Es todo un remanso de paz. Así que vamos a dar la vueltecita por aquí a ver si lo encontramos. A ver si hay algún callejoncito por aquí. Por cierto, la hija de Lady Avery no vea con el tema de convertirse en vampiro, Está ahí súper empeñada. Y la amiga veremos a ver lo que le ha pasado. A ver por aquí. Sí, es posible que sea por aquí.
That building is under quarantine. Could this be what I'm looking for?
Uf. Se escucha movida, Al perturbado. Estas son de las que te vomitan. Así que vamos a ir a darle manteca. Pues no le daba a nadie, peña. A ti te vamos a lanzar esta que me gusta mucho. Chetitos de sangre, peña. Este le afecta la sangre, vale. le puedo combinar. A ver. Nada, que no le puedo petar 2 veces. Pues me va a matar, como siga así. Vale, ya pira de la zona. Pero él sigue. Ya se ha ido. Uf. Estamos sin pociones. Hay que ir por esa zona. Está fea la cosa. Estaría bien encontrar un escondite, que por lo visto aquí hay uno. A ver. Oh Dios, un guardia de Pringles aquí. Uf. Claro, es que el escondite está aquí. Tenemos que pasar esta zona lo más rápido posible o intentar comernos al guardia de Pringles. Así me dejasen. Uf, nivel 29, madre mía. Uf, me muero, me muero, peña. Uf. Sí, otra pieza de empuñadura eficaz. Interesante. A ver, por aquí tiene que estar el escondite. Vamos a revisar. Uy, también veo ratas.
This is despicable.
Venga, comete otra, Jonathan. Está mala la cosa.
Thirst for blood.
A ver. Por aquí debería estar el escondite, tío. No sé dónde está, ¿ves? No se puede subir. Socorro, que alguien me ayude.
Are you from Ascalon? I don't care.
Uf. Es que no veo, Parece ya, copón. Y hay alguien... Pero este no es el escondite, ¿no? A ver. Pero hay una investigación aquí pendiente. A ver, vamos a hablar.
I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed. Do you need help, sir?
I think I'm fine. But what happened to my jailer? Be careful. He's as vicious as he is strong.
You don't have to worry about him anymore. What happened here?
I am Tadao Kimura. I was imprisoned by this lunatic for several days. I thought I was going to die here.
You're not going to die now, Mr. Kimura. If you hurry, you should be able to get home safely.
It seems that I owe you my life. You have all my gratitude, Dr. Reed, since it is the most precious thing I possess.
Interesante, a ver. 2000 puntos, calidad de sangre buena. Bueno, va a decirle adiós.
Goodbye, Mr. Kimura. Take care.
Ha dado unos puntillos de experiencia. La herejía de los pura sangre, nuevo coleccionable. Chelines. Ahora lo leeremos, peña, a ver si llegamos al escondite. Lo que llevo buscando todo este rato, pero no lo encuentro, A ver. Ah, mira, aquí. Aquí, a ver. Pues no, por aquí no hay ninguna entradilla. Vamos a mirar el mapa. Quizá esté en este callejón de aquí el escondite. Y supuestamente tiene que estar en alguna de estas casas, pero esto es el Club Ascalon, ¿no? No. No, aquí no está. Madre mía, que perdido estoy. Venga. Y perdido, perdidísimo. El escondite es que está aquí. No entiendo nada. Por aquí no puedo acceder a nada por aquí arriba. No entiendo nada. Vamos a quitar el marcador. Pues no sé dónde está el escondite, peña. No sé dónde está. Ah, vale, vale, a ver. Ahora sí, a ver. Mansión de los Reyes. Ole. Pues nada, peña, vamos a mirar si podemos mejorar el arma. Ahora con las empuñadoras que nos han dado guapas. A ver, esta es la que teníamos de 194. Esta, a ver. Sí. Ahora sí que sí, peña. Madre mía, 272 de daño. Y vamos a sumarle más daño todavía. Ahí está. 297 de daño, peña. Esto ya considerable, casi 100 puntazos de daño que le hemos subido ahí. Vamos a crear algunos suerecillos, que estábamos también un poco sin suero. Ya sabéis, los topes son muy interesantes. Ahí está. Un poquito de todo. Vamos a investigar esta casa, porque esto tiene... Si esta es la casa de la madre. Madre mía, ¿dónde me he metido? Pues bueno, peña, antes de subirle nada, vamos a dejar el vídeo por aquí. Hemos hablado con mucha peña. Por aquí hay chelines. Hemos hablado con mucha peña, referente sobre todo a las investigaciones que hay que ir por aquí. Hay que subirle de nivel porque ya veis que los enemigos ya se implantan en los 20 largos de nivel. Entonces hay que subir de nivel. Así que eso lo dejaremos para el próximo vídeo. Esperamos que os siga gustando tanto Vampyr como a nosotros. Es verdad que este capítulo ha sido de mucha investigación y de mucho hablar, pero veis que también se dan sus frutos, ¿no? A la hora de conseguir experiencia. Ya sabéis, no dejéis de apoyar la serie, suscribiros si no estáis suscritos, esos buenos comentarios para comentarnos lo que sea. Y nos vemos en el siguiente capítulo de Vampyr. Hasta el próximo.